Do you want to know why gentle parenting does not work? There are actually multiple reasons that it was a trend and a movement, and then everybody is bailing on it because they're recognizing it doesn't work. Let's talk about what is it that is not effective. For 27 years, I have been teaching parenting, and I've worked with some of the most difficult behaviors that a parent could work with. I did therapeutic treatment care for troubled teens for a lot of years. I've also raised my own children up to adulthood, and now I'm at the grandma stage watching my children raise their children and, helping other families and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of parenting over the years, and I do know what is effective and what is not effective at helping a person with their behaviors, helping a person have a change of heart. So the gentle parenting approach to parenting is very interesting because it sounds nice, but it's actually quite disempowering, and it removes some of the responsibility from the child. So one of the reasons that gentle parenting does not work is because the parent takes on all of the responsibility for the solving of the problem. They don't necessarily give the child full responsibility to change. So they want things to be pleasant, they want things to be kind and caring and gentle, and those are all really great goals, except for you can't trade out your training, consistency, helping them take personal responsibility, understanding their role, understanding your role, and being able to respect all those roles and the parental authority. You can't trade out those things and actually have an effective form of parenting. And so people are walking away in huge numbers from the gentle parenting approach because they've just found that it's not effective. So what has happened? Well, let's just list a few of those things. So many parents have experienced where they're trying to do it. They're like, okay, I'm trying to be really gentle. I'm going to ask you, please stop kicking that cupboard. Please don't open the cupboard. Don't get in there anymore. And then when they don't listen, they just do it anyway. They don't know what else to do after that. So then they're like, just don't do it. And then they get angry at the child. There's video after video of these types of gentle parenting fails out there where really the parenting looks a bit out of control, and it's because they're not doing any of the pre-teaching or pre-training to the children. Now, I'm not saying that all parents who do gentle parenting don't do any pre-training, because there's some people that might just intuitively go, I got to teach them some things ahead of time about what to do so that they can be successful. I mean, some parents could find some success, but if you follow gentle parenting the way that it has been discussed online, what you're doing is you're spending a lot of time validating and affirming and searching out feelings, discussing their feelings, discussing your feelings, and you're actually disempowering them by saying, okay, I'm going to take care of your problem. And instead of giving them the responsibility and the opportunity to care for it and then having negative consequences. I think some people think that negative consequences equate to anger and negative feelings, but they don't have to. If you tell a child ahead of time, if you choose to not follow instructions, if you choose to yell back at me when I give you an instruction, then you will be corrected. We'll talk about following instructions. We'll practice doing it the right way, and you'll earn an extra chore and get the opportunity to go and do that. If you don't follow instructions, you are going to have that happen. And then you follow through. Well, now you're empowering when you're doing your correction because you're being consistent with what you taught them would occur. But if you say, listen, you're not following instructions. If you don't follow instructions right now, you're not having a dessert after dinner. Well, now at this point, you're just threatening, right? You're just making threats, which is not effective. I think those threats are what the gentle parents are afraid of. And so then instead a gentle parent, or what they think is gentle parenting, they might say something like, listen, right now you are not being calm, you're not being nice, and you're not doing what you should have done. And so if you need me to help you with that, then I can help you with that. Or you're being mean right now, so I'm going to remove myself from you. Okay, but that still doesn't give the child the training that they need for how to handle the problem. And they're not having to take any responsibility for it. The parents are just telling them what they're going to do instead of what the child has earned. They don't give the child the opportunity to take that full responsibility. Because of that, gentle parenting has become entitlement. It has become disrespect, not listening, lack of training, lack of parental identity and child identity. It's become a new version of dysfunction in the family, and it really is destructive to family roles. The reason why it doesn't work is because there's a few pieces that sound good, that seem good, and then there's these other pieces that could potentially undo the first pieces that seem like that they would be okay. When a parent doesn't know what to do when the child is going out of control, like if you tell them, please don't do that, and then they don't respond, and you don't have anything to do after that, then suddenly you're left with, okay, now I've just got to emotionally explode at my child. I don't know anything else to do. So these parents are talking about emotions, and then they're kind of emotionally unloading on the children lots of times, which is really ineffective. Another reason gentle parenting is not effective is because it trains parents and children to have power struggles with each other. That's not good communication. Some people might say that's authentic, we're getting our feelings out and stuff. It's teaching people to have bad communication patterns, to be entitled in their communication with their family members, instead of teaching them the skills that they need to really thrive. And I think that's the part where gentle parenting fails, is there's not a lot of skill development, there's not a lot of accountability and follow through. There's not enough cause and effect learning because there's this feeling of being afraid of consequences. And if you remove consequences from life training, the person doesn't get a full opportunity to mature or learn self-government. So this whole channel is about self-government. There's so many things here that you could look at that would really help you with your parenting training. And I hope that you will take the time to do that. I have kind of a fun thing for you though that I think might be a fun place to start. So I have a teaching self-government app that actually has some free charts on it that are 4 basic skills charts. Now, there are multiple skills to learning self-government. The 4 basic ones are the ones that everything else kind of wraps around. They are following instructions, accepting no answers and criticism, accepting consequences, and disagreeing appropriately. Of course, there's also parent skills, but on the Teaching Self-Government app right now, there are some 4 basic skills charts that you can have for free that will teach you those skills, and you could use maybe to train your children. There's also a Job Jar app which helps with negative consequences, which is free. There's a Nicholeen bot, and there's support questions if you're part of the TSG community. There's also a podcast for free on there, as well as videos and articles and all kinds of helps for you. So if you go to Teaching Self-Government in your App Store or your Play Shop, then you should be able to find some extra help to get you started on your self-government journey. I'll see you there.